Hey guys, this is Austis. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about recovery and why it is absolute key for good performance. You're maybe thinking, well, I know that recovery is key, obviously, but I still get the feeling that not enough people know exactly how important it is. So I want to talk about it a little bit. And this is not just for performing in sports, but in life in general. So everything that I'm going to say about your body is, well, exactly applicable to your mind as well. In this video, I'm going to focus a little bit on recovering from your training. So this is going to be focused on the athletes. But like I said, this is completely applicable to any kind of performance in your job, in your life, just wherever you got to focus, wherever you got to perform. Now let's start with taking a look at why we need to recover. Because when we are training, for example, what we're really doing is that we're breaking down our muscles. We're not getting stronger during the training because we're breaking everything down. We get stronger when we rest because that is when the body can repair everything. Really, when you're doing any kind of training, you're creating these micro tears in your muscles. Then when you sleep or rest, the body is repairing those little micro tears that you were making. And after the repairs, the muscles are stronger than they were before. This is essentially how we get stronger or better in any kind of way. Now this same thing applies to our bones. When we put pressure on our bones, like if we do weightlifting, the body responds by making the bones stronger. Any kind of small breakdown in the bone tissue is repaired, and there's a little extra put in so that the bones get stronger. The problem is that this kind of happens in a bell-shaped curve. That means that the more you break down your muscles, the stronger they will become up to a certain point, or get over the hill and go down on the other side. When we recover, we can shift that curve a little bit so that we can actually take more training volume before we start going down on the other side, and we can get a little bit more damage because we actually give the body a chance to fix it. When we are trying to perform at our absolute best in a sport, what we want to do, essentially, we want to shift the curve as much as we can, and then we want to try to stay right there at the top of the curve so that we can do the maximum amount of damage, let's say, that the body can handle to repair. The problem is that many athletes, myself included, I do admit that, they kind of fail to take that recovery into the equation. Or let's say we go a little bit over the hill and then we fail to reap the benefits of all that hard work that we're doing in training, which is exactly why I am making this video and I'm telling you about this. Now, I want to share with you a little story about how I kind of found out the hard way. As you might know, I am a javelin thrower and I've been throwing javelin for 20 years now. I've been competing at world-class level for years, and I've thrown in the finals of World Championships, European Championships, and Olympic Games. So I know a thing or two both about recovering and about hard training. Now, when I was younger, I kind of heard this all the time, like you have to recover, don't do too much. And I'm like, yeah, that's all well and good, and I believed in that. But somehow I couldn't manage to put it into practice. It's simply because the mind was very strong and it wanted a lot, so I wanted to do more. And I didn't dare to rest. I was afraid to rest. I was afraid that I wouldn't get as much as I could out of my body, and I thought that the key to getting better would be to train more. Well, of course you need to train hard, but like I said, this is a bell-shaped curve, so you can't go over a certain point. It was not until I was forced to learn this by my own experience that I actually did. Back in 2015, I had a series of injuries. Luckily for me, I say this now, it was not very pleasant at the time. I had almost quit the season before. I was really tired of not seeing the results that I wanted. I was constantly tired. I just felt that I wasn't getting out of me what I knew that I could. So I wasn't enjoying my sport anymore. So I decided I'm gonna give myself one more chance to try to enjoy this. And lucky for me, I made that decision because that winter I had so many injuries, and if I would not have been focusing on enjoying what I'm doing, that would have been super tough mentally. All of these injuries, I'm not gonna bore you with the details, it was a lot of minor things that didn't stop me completely, but they restricted what I could do, which meant that I had to take down my training volume. I was forced to. The funny thing is, then all my test results just shut up, and I didn't understand. I had never trained this little in my life, and I was getting better than ever. I didn't quite get this. It was just because I was then, at that point, going to the top of the curve. I had been going down on the hill on the other side, and I didn't know about it. I have used that lesson, and I've really taken it to heart, and I have had the best years in my sport after that. We're talking after the age of 30. So this is a considerable lesson, and this is why I feel so strongly about it, and I want to share this with you guys. How do we do it then? How do we recover? I mean, I'm sure you know about a lot of ways. I'm not going to go into any details. I just want to give you a little bit of general advice, let's say, because there are a lot of recovery techniques that are super scientific, and that's a little bit outside of the scope of this video. But I just want to give you the things that you can implement right now. Whether you're an athlete or not, this will help you feel better and perform better physically and mentally. First of all, we need to get enough sleep. This one is obvious, but so underestimated. You need to sleep enough and you need to rest, because it's when you sleep that these repairs that I talked about earlier, that's when they take place. That's when your body is fixing everything up. But that doesn't mean that you can't do a lot of things when you're awake as well. Active recovery is key for any athlete. If you might not know what active recovery is, it's really just when you're moving at a slow pace, you're just keeping active. So let's say you have an off day, you're not just lying on the couch the entire day. You maybe take a walk or something, because if you keep your circulation going, you help the body make the repairs and flush out any kind of toxins or breakdown material. Now, another thing that you can do, you can go to the hot pools, especially if you're in Iceland. They're really good there. But you can go to hot pools, cold pools, and sauna, and that's a really good way to take good care of your muscles. I personally also have a massage every week. I'm not saying you have to do it every week, but let's face it, I train a lot and I'm old, so I need it. My massage therapist actually is making fun of me, saying that I come there once a week and that's just to keep me hanging together. But that has helped me a lot. And then of course you need to eat well. You need to eat enough and you need to eat good foods, because that's what nourishes your body. It's a building material to fix those broken down muscles and to make them stronger. But another thing that is also very underestimated by a lot of athletes, that is to rest your mind. Meditation, it's a little bit out there. It's becoming more mainstream now. Still, a lot of people get this like, oh, you're one of those gurus when I mention meditation. But I'm sorry, I love it. Any kind of breathing exercises or meditation, just to kind of quiet your mind. I have felt myself that I feel so much better when I use it. So I highly recommend that you try it too. Give yourself a quiet moment. It doesn't have to be long, you don't have to be meditating. Just sit down somewhere for 5 or 10 minutes, put down your phone, don't listen to music, don't do anything, just be. Just let your mind and your body relax. This is really how you give yourself that break to recover mentally and physically. Now, I truly hope that you get some value from this, and I encourage you to take this advice. If you don't like what I am suggesting, just find whatever suits you to recover, to make sure that you recover properly from whatever it is that you take on. If you are an athlete and you want to maximize your performance, then I have super exciting news for you. Right now, when this is recorded, I am preparing an online course where I'm going to share everything that I learned during my 20-year career. And the aim of it is to help you get the most out of your body, get the most out of your training and everything that you're putting in. And it doesn't matter which level you're on, because this is applicable to anyone. If you are competing, if you want to maximize your performance, then this is something for you. It is coming out in the fall of 2020. The exact dates are not out yet, but you can sign up for the wait list if you're interested, and then you will get some more information and you'll be the first to know when it comes out. Not only that, you will get the best price and the most amazing bonuses. So make sure that you sign up for the waitlist. The link is in the description. If you want support, especially for your specific situation, I do offer counseling for athletes. And you can just send me an email. The email is also in the description and we will figure it out. I'll give you more details about it. Thank you so much for watching this time and see you again in the next video.